Macbeth does not win when he gets the crown. That is where he starts falling apart faster.
Yes. People talk as if Duncan's murder is the main crime and kingship is the prize. It is not. The crown does not settle Macbeth. It turns his fear into policy.
So the usual simple version is wrong.
Very wrong. The lazy reading says Macbeth wants power, gets power, then suffers guilt. But once he is king, guilt is only part of it. The bigger point is that power gives him no safety at all.
Why not? He has the title. He has the throne. He has what he killed for.
Because the thing he wanted was not a chair, it was security. And the crown cannot give him that. The moment he has it, he sees threats everywhere. Banquo, Fleance, Macduff, anyone with a claim, a suspicion, or a future.
So, kingship solves the outside problem and creates a worse inside problem.
Exactly. Look at what he says after becoming king. He admits that being king means nothing if he cannot be safe as king. That is the point. He has the symbol of power, but not the feeling of control.
And that fear is not abstract. It turns straight into action.
Right. Banquo is the clearest example. Macbeth does not kill Banquo because Banquo is attacking him. He kills him because Banquo's existence keeps the prophecy alive. Banquo knows too much, and Banquo's children matter too much.
This is important because it shows a change. Duncan was one murder to get the crown. Banquo is a murder to keep it.
Yes, and Macbeth handles it differently. He no longer needs Lady Macbeth to push him. He hires murderers himself. He plans the attack. He gives the orders. Power does not calm him down. It makes him quicker to use violence.
And harsher.
Much harsher. When he talks to the murderers, he manipulates them the way Lady Macbeth manipulated him earlier. He questions their manhood. He turns resentment into a weapon. That matters because it shows Macbeth learning how to rule through pressure and blood.
But Banquo's murder does not even fully work.
No, Banquo dies, but Fleance escapes. That is crucial. Macbeth tries to cut off the future and fails. So even his preventive violence leaves him less secure, not more.
Then comes the banquet, which is supposed to display royal control.
And it becomes a public collapse. Macbeth sees Banquo's ghost and loses command of the room. This is not just private guilt. It is political damage. A king who cannot hold himself together in front of his nobles looks weak and unstable.
So the crown is doing the opposite of what he wanted. Instead of proving his strength, it keeps exposing his weakness.
Yes, and notice what happens to his relationships. Early on, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth act as a pair. After the crown, that bond starts breaking. He hides plans from her. He tells her to be innocent of the knowledge. That is not confidence. That is isolation.
He becomes more secretive, even with the one person who helped him commit the first murder.
Because power narrows his world. A paranoid ruler trusts less and less. He cannot share the truth because the truth is that he holds power by fear and murder, and knows it can be taken the same way.
And then he goes even further with Macduff's family.
That is the grim next step. Macduff has fled, so Macbeth cannot reach the man himself. Instead, he orders the slaughter of Lady Macduff and the children. This is not a move toward safety. It is panic made savage. He is striking at absence.
Which also tells you what kind of king he has become.
Exactly. He is no longer just removing rivals. He is spreading terror. And strategically, that is stupid as well as brutal. Killing a nobleman's family does not stabilize a kingdom. It creates enemies, outrage, and open resistance.
So when people treat the crowning as the finish line, they flatten the whole middle of the play.
They miss the engine of the tragedy. Macbeth after the crown is not a man enjoying power. He is a man trapped inside it. Every murder is meant to secure his position, and every murder proves his position is not secure.
That is why the play gets colder after Duncan dies. The first murder is shocking. The later ones are systematic.
Yes, the arc is not ambition fulfilled. It is fear feeding violence, violence feeding isolation, and isolation making judgment worse. Kingship does not complete Macbeth. It strips him down.
So the real correction is simple.
Macbeth does not become powerful and then troubled. He becomes king and less secure, more afraid, more alone, and more willing to kill. The crown is not his reward. It is the machine that finishes him.